Hey y'all, it's Dia Pre back, aka Queen, aka Shawnette, alright? Also known as. So, as I said, I was going to do um, I don't know if I told you guys, but I am going to do a birth experience video. My last baby, I gave birth to naturally, okay? No pain medicine, no pain, epidural or anesthesia. So I was very happy about that. I didn't get to do the home birth that I wanted to do, but I still gave birth to my baby naturally, so I'm still happy about that. Um, I actually probably wouldn't have made it doing a home birth without either a doula or a midwife. If you guys hear little music in the background, my baby is asleep. He's listening to his lullaby music. So anyway, but my seventh baby, all my other children I gave birth to with epidurals and pain meds. Most of my children I always go to the hospital when I'm maybe about 5, 6 centimeters. So I, wanted to kind of test myself, like, if you can go that long taking contractions up to 5, 6 centimeters dilated, you can continue and go ahead and go all the way through. So I did, and it was amazing. Okay, so with my last baby, with all my children, I walk a lot, very active. If you guys are thinking about doing a natural birth, unmedicated, walking is a must. Staying active is a must. Um, to kind of gear up for labor and stuff like that. But it was the best decision I could have ever made in my life. So with my last baby, I decided to go natural. Uh, it was on my mind for a while, so it wasn't like a split decision, like out of nowhere to be like, you know, I have to go natural. You kind of have to work yourself into the thought of going natural before actually going natural. So yeah, but I went into labor like nighttime. Most of my children are born. Well, no, it's like a mixture, day and night. Well, nighttime, noon, stuff like that. So I went into labor at night with him. I started timing my contractions. Um, and I decided, okay, these contractions are not bad. I've experienced contractions time and time again before, so I knew what I was getting into. I knew when I was in active labor, so I timed my contractions. Those of you who are not privy to time your contractions, with there are apps on you guys iPhone Play Store, Google Play Store for Android and stuff like that, and the iPhone apps also have timing contraction apps. Okay, so that can help you just like kind of just push a button. Me, I did it manually. I wrote down the time, how long the contractions were, when they stopped, X, Y, and Z. For I would say maybe about 5 hours maybe. So I think I was in like active labor for like 5 hours or so before I actually went into the hospital. I think in total my labor probably was no more than 12 hours, probably less than 12 hours, from start first contraction to birth. Okay. Um, and I decided to walk myself to, catch a bus to get to the hospital. So I wasn't in that much pain as the contractions, as I seen that I was in active labor. After a few hours, I said, okay, they're not stopping, they're getting stronger, and I was just breathing through them. So I decided to head to the hospital. I decided not to call the ambulance because, I know I'm in active labor. Those of you who are new mothers, I wouldn't suggest to do that because if you guys don't know your body, you may not know when your baby's going to come. So because I have experience with that, I was comfortable enough to say, okay, I won't call the ambulance. I'll just, escort myself to labor and delivery. As you guys know, before even going into labor, you will have many false alarms. Um, you will think you're in labor and you're not. It does not matter how many children you have. You will always be like, oh my God, I think it's it. And it will not be it. Okay? So your body will prepare with the Braxton Hicks contractions, which are practice contractions. I don't like when people say false contractions, because when things happen to your body, it's happening for a reason. So I like to say with Braxton Hicks contractions, they're not false contractions, but they are practice contractions to get your body prepared, like a pre-workout. Okay, so yeah, that's going to happen a few times before you're actually in active labor. And as I said, this is my 7th baby, and nothing has changed. You're going to go through practice contractions. They're going to feel like the real thing, and then they're going to taper off, after drinking water or a change of position in bed, walking, different stuff like that. So when I knew I was in active labor, the reason I knew is because my contractions were at least 5 to 2 minutes apart, for at least 3 to 4 hours. So once I realized that, I was like, okay, it's time. And I prepared myself. I went there. They checked me. At first, it was like my doctor that was there when I arrived was like, "Oh my God, you're 2 centimeters." Mind you, I was like a centimeter for like a month or so, and it takes a little time. So I was like a centimeter. She checked me. She was like, "You're 2 centimeters," and I was like, "All that work I did overnight, and I'm 2 centimeters." And she was like, "Oh no, your bag is there." So the bag was in the way in the cervix. So when she did check me correctly again, well, not correctly, but when she made a further evaluation, she's like, "Oh no, you're 5 centimeters. Oh, you're definitely staying." So I got excited. I was like, "Okay, baby's coming." Everything happened so fast. So if you guys have anyone that goes to the hospital with you, have them record. It happens quick. So they admitted me, did the pre-workup, everything. If you guys are going to your main OB or midwife or doula, they will have, the basic information that they need, so you guys don't have to go through the whole workup of being admitted. Those of you who are like traveling out of, your hometown or stuff like that, you guys may have to spill the whole tea of your pregnancy, everything that's going on. So it's good to stay home close to labor. Stay home close to your home hospital and doctor at the end of your pregnancy. I would say at least from 6.5 months, 7 months, don't travel away from your original doctor, OBGYN, midwife, doula, because it can definitely delay paperwork, medical information, and all of that important stuff that they need to know. So, yeah, but I got there, got admitted. I was nice and calm. My support team at the hospital was excellent. They were like, you can get the epidural. I was like, no, 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 no. So, like, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to talk about it. Don't mention it, because in the midst of pain, especially, I told them I wanted to go natural, but I think it's more of a sentimental thing. Like, I know this person is in pain. We see this every day. Like, you sure? And it's like more of a care and nurturing thing. So I just was like, I don't want to hear about it. Don't tell me, because in the midst of pain, you will possibly give in and be like, yes, just please give it to me. Hurry, hurry, hurry. But I was like, no, I'm going to, because this is my last baby. So I am 30 now. So I decided that this would be my last baby, and I wanted to feel the whole experience, since I've been telling myself for my last baby that I was going to go natural. Because I actually, with my last baby, he's 5 now, I stayed home with him until my water broke. And I went through the contractions with him until my water broke. And I was like 6 centimeters when I got to the hospital with him. But I still ended up getting an epidural, because I was tired. But with this baby, I was also tired, but I kind of um, decided to just continue to go through. The contractions at the end, people say the contractions get worse. The doctor was like, okay, I'm going to break your water, or do you want your water broken? I'm like, yeah, because I was, the contractions were picking up, stuff like that. And they're like, you know what, you're, about to deliver. Do you want, your water broken? The contractions might get more intense. So I said, yeah, sure. And he broke my water. The contractions got more intense, but um, I was able to still rest through them. So they weren't as intense. They were like the coming on of the contraction was intense, but the tapering off contraction, as you guys know, contractions go up, your stomach tightens, okay, tightens, and then it loosens as it goes down, so like a mountain. And as my contractions were like, once they reached the peak, I wouldn't feel any of the contractions, because like once I got to the peak, it was like, okay, I can do this. So my body, naturally was like, okay, we got this. So once I, got used to those contractions, I think when he broke my water, I think I was pushing probably maybe an hour after or less. And I think I pushed maybe my other children with epidural probably about a push or two. This baby, since this was new and you could feel everything, like your body, you have to work with your body, listen to your body. I would say about 3 pushes. Yes, because it was like, oh, that first push, your body. I wouldn't say your body goes against you, but you have to really, with the epidural, you don't really know what you're feeling when the baby is bearing down. So when the baby is pushing down, like your baby takes his feet and pushes himself with the contraction because the baby is that low. So as you guys know, your stomach is a muscle. So as your stomach is squeezing the baby down, he's pushing also. So your body is naturally going to tell you, okay, it's time to push. My first push, I was just like, now, like push now, like now. So this is my seventh baby. You never always know everything when you give birth or in life, period. So try new experiences, because this was a new experience for me. But my first push, I was just like, like you can't hold your baby in there. It's not safe. So I'm kind of glad that I did decide to go to the hospital and give birth to my baby, because when your body is telling you one thing, but you're afraid, like, oh my God, I'm gonna pee, I'm gonna poop, the baby's gonna come all the way out. Like, your mind goes through so many things at one time while your body is doing that, pushing your baby out. So it's like simultaneously your stomach muscles, okay, your baby, and your mind and your body is connecting and saying, okay, it's time for you to push. But if you're clenching and closing, it's very, very detrimental. So definitely think of that when you guys go natural. But my first push was like a shock, like, oh my goodness. And then my last 2 pushes was like, okay. I had very supportive doctors and nurses with me, telling me, okay, the next contraction, put your chin down and breathe, put your chin down and push. So my last 2 contractions were, he was out, but it's not a walk in the park. It wasn't as bad. I expected I expected it to be a little worse than it was, but it was very empowering. It was very exciting to be able to feel your body go through all of that at once. I was hot, I was cold, I was overjoyed. I was like, this is it. And he just came out. It was a very, very good experience. So I just wanted to share that. Again, I am not, as you guys can see, as I said, I have 7 children. This is my 7th baby. I have 2 boys. This is my 5th, no, 2 girls and my 5th boy. And this experience has really, again, reiterated what I always say to people: you never know everything. No matter how many times you do it, you can get a new experience out of it. So, and learn new lessons. So I'm glad I did not give birth at home by myself, um, and didn't wait so long to get to the hospital. And I'm glad I listened to my body. Glad I had support at the hospital. Um, and yeah, so I wanted to share that, my birth experience unmedicated. This is also a rainbow baby. I had a loss about 3 years prior to him, and my baby was about, I would say he was about, I was 4 months or so when I lost my last baby before him. And so this was very, very important and special to me to for my last baby to, come healthily. He came at, well, I'm not going to, go into that, but he came at a very good amount of weeks. He was full term, healthy, happy, and I still look at him like, I pushed out 19 inches of you. I can say, I don't want to frighten you guys, but I can say, natural birth, you will feel an unnatural feeling, like you're birthing a human being, like bones, skull, shoulders. And if you guys want to know, yes, I felt everything. Okay, so I felt his shoulders, I felt his head, I felt him, as if you guys watch videos of babies being born, like the animation and stuff like that on YouTube or something like that, just look up childbirth. Your baby turns when your baby is head down, and the face is facing down, like towards your buttocks. So when your baby is born, the baby turns and twists, and when the doctors assist the baby to come out, the baby ends up being face up. So yes, you do feel that, but it wasn't as bad as I expected. I mean, I did scream, not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, I did scream, but the overall experience was beautiful. It was amazing, very empowering. I didn't have to take a lot of time to like recover, not outside the hospital, stuff like that, but those of you who have experienced like getting epidurals and stuff like that, you get, your legs and everything have to get back into motion. So, the medicine has to wear off in order for you to, be able to walk around, stuff like that. I would say that's a plus. That was a plus for me. I might have to go. But that was a plus for me because I didn't have to, wait to get out the bed, use the bathroom myself. They completely made me feel independent. Like I felt very, once I felt empowered, I felt, better being able to walk around my hospital room and, take care of my baby, use the restroom, not be so codependent on the nurses and doctors and stuff like that. Because as you guys know, when you have a baby and you get epidural, you have to get a catheter and put in, when you pee, and bedpans and all of the other, I wouldn't say unnecessary, but especially if this is your first baby, second, third, and you just are not, ready or prepared to give natural birth, that's completely fine. But it was a breeze to not have to, wait until the medicine wore off. And yeah, so I wanted to share that with you guys. This will be another video. As I said, I did want to share my birth experience and how it was. What else do I want to add? As I said, walking is very good when you're pregnant. I'm always told that I'm too active when I'm pregnant, so I go into labor like early most of the times, like, excuse me, or I'll dilate early because I'm very active. But your doctor will let you know what's too much, what's, too little. Yeah. So that's my video. I want to see if there's anything else I want to add. That's pretty much it. So yeah, I'll be back to give you guys another video, just, about me. As I said, you guys could like this video, subscribe to my page. I'll be doing random videos, um, hair, makeup, fashion, just about me. It's your girl Dia Preet. Peace and love.